there were like old ladies that were just like ripping ass doing yoga, and I'm like, this isn't for me. I'm a child. I'm gonna laugh every time someone farts.
No coffee shop in Portland carries whipped cream anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
Why are we anti-whipped cream? I'm sorry, I'm so offended. This is the third coffee shop now that does not have whipped cream that I've gone to.
When I tell you, it felt like a meat factory of people just like looking at my ass and being disrespectful.
Totally.
Trying to teach me how to lift a fucking weight. Who the fuck do you think?
Wait, what?
Oh, constantly. There would be like big, by the way, if you're a dude and you're like big and beefy and you wear those like tank tops that look like thongs, but for your shoulders, like don't approach me. Don't approach me because I hate you.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with like wanting to like change your body in any way.
Yeah.
I think that there was a huge change in the way we talked about our bodies with body positivity movement.
Yeah.
And I think that was really important.
Yeah.
But I think it also made people afraid to like talk about like their goals that they had with their body and like, like I think it's dope. If you want to have some definition, fucking do it.
The void I was trying to fill was the fact that I still wasn't going to therapy. And I'm not saying that therapy is the end all be all, but like I was in this place of like, I'm fucking miserable. I'm terribly upset.
Yeah.
I might as well try working out because I've tried everything else. And it's like, no, you're in a toxic abusive relationship and you're not going to therapy. This is not the reason to go to the gym, is to avoid, because you're avoiding all of the problems in your life.
It was like, it wasn't really like, you weren't going there for a release, you were going there to not feel.
To be numb. And instead I was just sweating and I couldn't breathe and I wasn't seeing results instantly. So I was like, fuck this, the gym is bullshit.
In a world where discomfort is actively avoided, therapy is not accessible to many, we have found that talking it out has been a form of free therapy in itself. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Kelly. And with topics like death, divorce, disordered eating, debt, and every taboo topic in between.
With that, who's ready to get taboo?
Oh my God. We're here. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
You know what's so funny is we talk like they have any idea. They don't know that we were recording last night as well. Together until what? Almost 12?
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. We weren't recording till 12, but we were
talking,
chatting.
Are you surprised? Having girl chat.
Which was long overdue.
Overdue, my God. Woke up feeling just like so fulfilled. I don't know that there's like any other people that I'd really be like, fuck yeah, I'm waking up at 7:30 on a Saturday. Let's do it. But I'm ready. We're here. We're awake.
On the real, I'm having such a bad right-sided hair day. I almost asked you to switch spots this morning.
I don't know if I would know how to talk sitting from that part of the couch.
I know, that's why I didn't. I wasn't confident in your capabilities.
I appreciate that, and I think that's so real. I also I think my whole life I've really tried to avoid picking a good or bad side.
Yeah, no, I don't think I actually have one. It's like, it changes. And today, this side is not my side.
It's the right side. For my hair, because I'm a side part girly, it's like my left side is usually fine because it's fuller.
Oh, yeah,
but because there's so much more hair on this side usually doesn't curl
pop
as well.
In the same
or
way.
But then eye-wise, I don't know if you have this, but I have a good mascara eye and a bad one, and it switches.
Changes. Yes,
constantly. I can't fucking keep up with these bitches.
No, my right eye lately, it just is not showing up to the party.
My right eye's been bad for months, and it was always my good one. Where one eye will look perfectly feline, and just almond out,
so good.
And then there's another one that's just chunky, clumpy mascara, and I'm like.
And then the eyelashes fall flat too. And
these bitches.
Okay.
What are we doing? And I'm
or they don't separate properly. It's just, it makes me ill.
How do you separate your eyelashes?
I don't have a Good method.
Okay.
I usually just will use tweezers, or if it's bad and I can't fix it with the mascara wand itself, I'll just pull the mascara off while it's still wet with my hand and then redo it.
That chaos is crazy.
No, it's
my eyelashes
unhinged.
could never. They're too temperamental. If there's even an ounce of mascara, it's such a science. And I feel like I have a bit of OCD about my eyelashes, but if there's even an ounce of mascara, especially near the root, it's it determines the pattern of my eyelash for that day.
Yeah, totally.
So
I never thought about that. If it's too close to the bottom, it's gonna
it's gonna tell it which way it's gonna go. That's why I start, and I know this is crazy, ends.
That's brilliant.
You
I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, you start on the end so that you get the initial first layer of length. Then you go root to tip once you've established the pattern of how your lash is going to lay. And listen, I've got a steady hand.
Yeah.
I draw. I love, like, I can do this shit. So this is going to sound crazy. My sister Kathleen will also agree with me. The best trick for separating your eyelashes is an earring.
An earring.
It's an earring.
An earring. I just never can find one.
Dude, I will rip these earrings out of my ear right now and like separate my eyelashes.
That's hilarious that you said that because I've done that so many times, but I can't find any earrings in my life right now. I don't know. They're just the only ones I have are in my ears. Like, I don't know where the rest are.
You know, pro tip, honestly, don't ever buy me earrings. Honestly, I am hard on jewelry. I love jewelry so much, but like my skin hates it. If it's not real gold, it's not hanging out on my skin. It just like, and it like tarnishes. And I think.
Well, and I just heard too that there's a bunch of really bad, like toxic shit in the ones that are not like real material.
So
like the stuff that they use to plate it. It's like super bad for you.
I'm not doing that anymore. Like even, I really want to invest in like good jewelry. I'm really into like chunky chains right now. And like, Taylor.
You can totally pull that off too.
Oh yeah. Cause it's like kind of like punky. And Taylor, this is so specific, but like, I feel like we're going to talk about Taylor Swift in a minute anyway. Taylor Swift last year, she went to like a Chiefs event with Travis Kelce, like a dinner, and she wore this like thicker chain. It's gold. It has one like sparkly piece of jewelry and then like a drop down chain. And it is so stunning. I looked into the company. It's called, I think I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Vitaly. And they're all like, it's real, like the real material, nothing painted or like whatever. It's not going to tarnish. You can wear it in water. You can sleep in it, all that shit, which I need.
I've been eyeing a bunch of companies like this.
Dude, I will send you them. Their stuff. Some of it's a little too punk where I'm like, okay, Billie Eilish, calm down. Like spiky, like I'm not going to do that. But like ever now. And it's like, it's not bad. It's I think with shipping, it's like $170.
Okay.
And I'm like, but if it's my statement piece that I wear every single day. And it's so just like girly, but edgy. It's like tomboy. It's like the dichotomy we love to have, you know? I'll send you their stuff.
Oh, I cannot wait to
good.
see.
I just want to invest in like good jewelry that I can wear every day, not think about it. That's just like.
Stay on. I don't have to take it off for the shower. I don't have to take it off to work out. Like I don't have to, I can just leave it.
Couldn't be bothered.
Like I finally found some earrings. There was a girl at work who had like really good earrings. It was like one of the travelers. I was like, where did you get those? Because she has like her ears pierced up like we do. Like
I want it so everywhere. Yeah, I want that more.
And she sent me the Etsy shop.
Oh, cute.
And she was like, they hold up really well. Like I have noticed like after like a year, they start to tarnish a little.
Dude, a year's okay.
Like, that's solid. I'm fine right now. Like until I can afford like a couple $100 pair of earrings that are not going to tarnish. This is perfect for right now. My style's changing anyway. Like, it's just, it's good.
It really like jewelry is the definition of like, it's quality over quantity. Like I don't want a bunch of like shit that is just, I'm not going to wear it ever again. The minute it starts to tarnish or like lose its sparkle, I'm out.
It's gone.
I'm goodbye. Adios. Gosh. And so I'm at this point where it's like, don't buy me jewelry. Like my skin, everything turns it blue anyway. I'm so allergic to it. Like it's so hard to find these like good companies. And like, honestly, I'm getting influenced, but Taylor Swift has been upping her jewelry game and she wears like her whole thing is like affordable, attainable fashion for her fans. And some of these jewelry companies that she has been wearing, Vitaly is so good. Like their shit is fire,
I'm
dude.
gonna have to look them up because there's a couple like I think like D. Louise and then like another one, something Carter. And then another one that I just got served on my algorithm. Can't remember. But anyway, I have like all their pages open and like my cart's kind of full because I want to get some more rings. I'm such a ring person and I just haven't had good rings and I don't even remember how long. And then I think like this last summer I was wearing some bracelets, which was really fun.
I know. I was never a bracelet girly, but I kind of love them.
Back. Okay, I'm going to go on a couple rants.
I love that for you.
There's an update with Apple that it tries to sync the recording from my phone to use the mic on my phone for the recording on my computer. No. Yeah, and it doesn't ask you initially when you first start the recording.
Oh, it just waits until you've already started, until the art has started.
Yes. And now we're almost 10 minutes in. And now it's like, wait, do you want to use this? And it stops the recording. I'm pissed about that. My next rant.
Yeah, go for it.
nowhere in Portland, no coffee shop in Portland carries whipped cream anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
Why are we anti-whipped cream? I'm sorry. I'm so offended. This is the third coffee shop now that does not have whipped cream that I've gone to.
Really?
Yes. Okay. So a couple weeks ago. Okay. Well, I'm gonna back it up. So
do it.
About 4 weeks ago, I was in Bend, which is over in Central Oregon. For those who are not local, it's like a mountain desert.
It's the prettiest part of Oregon.
It's so gorgy.
It's crazy.
Visiting some friends, and anyway, I went to this coffee shop that I love, Lone Pine. It's been around forever. It's so good. And I love to get like a cortado, which is about 6 ounces or so. It's like a little mini latte, and then get whipped cream on top.
Delicious.
So, of course, while I was there, I got it 2 days in a row. It was so good. Addicted. Yeah. Came back and I'm like, oh, I forgot how much I love this drink. Mm-hmm. So then I was on the way to the gym. It was like noon, and I was kind of dragging ass, and I was like, I could use some caffeine. Yeah. So I was like, oh, there's a coffee shop right on my way to the gym. I'll just pull in there. It's this place over on, what is it on? It's like right off of Holgate.
Okay.
Maybe like 16th. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's called Heretic or Heretic. Heretic. Yeah, Heretic.
It's a really metal name. That's a really dope name.
And it's a cool like logo, all this stuff. And I've driven by it for like 2 years, and I've never gone in. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll stop in.
Great.
I go in, I order a cortado with whip, and she goes, oh, we don't have whip, but that sounds really good. I'm like, it is really good.
Yeah, I would love to have it going down my gullet right now.
And I was just like, I couldn't believe. So, and I didn't clarify. I'm like, well, maybe they're just out of whip. And because I wanted to be like, are you out of whip, or do you just not have it?
Yeah.
But I was like, it doesn't matter. It's not here for me today. It's not happening. So I did some like raw sugar on top, which was fine, but it wasn't the whipped cream.
Not the same.
And then a couple days later, or like a week later, Polly and I went with Aunt Sarah to Keeper to have like a little coffee date. So I'm like, oh, I'll get my cortado with whip here.
As you should.
They're like, oh, we don't have whip, but we have homemade marshmallows.
Homemade marshmallows is crazy.
Is crazy.
I love a good marshmallow, but that's not what we're going for.
No. And I was just like, I'm sorry. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, is that what I want? And I'm like, no, I don't want a marshmallow in my latte. I'm good. That's
crazy, yeah.
And then I was like, what is it with Portland and not having whip? And I'm like, this is clearly just a fluke. So then Kelly, so lovely, this morning is like, oh, I'll get us coffee. What's your drink? So I sent her my order, and I was like, oh, with whip.
Yes.
Don't forget whip.
Yeah.
I got a big one today. I got a 12-ounce triple.
Big boy.
She's a big gal.
Yeah.
Compared to the cortado. Anyway, she texts me. She's like, they don't have whip? And I was like, I'm
going to lose my fucking mind.
I'm going to lose it. I need to move out of Portland. Why are we anti-whip here?
Maybe, okay, the only thing, because I was thinking about this when they said they don't have whip, and then you were like, yeah, Whip and I have a history, or whatever you said is so funny. Yeah.
There's a backstory.
And I was thinking about it, and like we both come from coffee backgrounds, and like, do you not remember, like at least in the shops I worked in, whip was like a huge issue because dumb 18 and 19-year-old and 20-year-old bitches don't know how to like pressurize a tank. When you're making whipped cream, it's vanilla and heavy cream.
I didn't even think about that. Like that people are like, this generation's not capable of whipped cream. And they're probably trying to get high off the whippets.
That is a huge part of it. I bet you, because when I was a Dutch Bros girl, like at Dutch Bros, everyone did whippets. And I'm like this little like baby 18-year-old.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
Honestly, and I was managing. People were probably doing whippets and I didn't know.
They absolutely were.
I don't know. Like at least the shop that I, like maybe one of the other shops, there were some like shady figures at some other shops. But like the one that I was managing, like we had a good crew. Like, I mean, there were some wild girls, don't get me wrong. But like it was still like a solid group. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I think that whippets really exploded, I would say, in like the last like especially 5 years that like.
So maybe it was right around on the wasn't on the come up.
But
yet.
I think that it's also like for us, one of the things that one of the shops I managed that we always were the most nervous about and like definitely had gotten like marked down for with the health inspector was cleaning those tanks. Cleaning the whipped cream tanks is such a fucking pain in the ass and is so like you have dairy just like sitting in there, and whipped cream was never super popular like at our shop. So I wonder if like it just has become such a hassle that people are like,
yeah, but okay.
I
do hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like at Lone Pine or some of these other places where I've had it, they're hand mixing the whip.
Oh, I love that.
And so they put like a dollop on there. It's not
I
like from a
love
can.
that. Oh,
So,
or like a spray.
Yeah, a spray
hose.
thing. Yeah. So it's like, why can't you just have like whip on hand? And I'm sorry, but like kids drinks.
Right, and why do you have to do homemade? Like, I'm fine with ready whip, to be honest. I love whipped cream. Like, no, I'm good with it. I
mean,
love
okay,
it.
not above it. In a pinch, maybe. Okay, there's this one brand, and I do dairy. Like, I love dairy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a dairy gal. But there is
Dairy's
a brand.
fire.
It's called Cocoa Whip. And
I've had it.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Insane.
So good.
I eat it like fucking ice cream,
Dude, and they have different flavors. Have you had their caramel whip?
I can't.
I can't.
No.
They have an espresso flavored whip.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if you put it on milkshakes, dude.
No way.
Dude. It's so good. It's so fire.
Oh my God, I have to tell Jenna about this because she shares my like freaking obsession with the Cocoa Whip. Like,
yeah, it's
when
so
she
good.
and I were both in Central Oregon at the same time together, like we would just get together and like get ourselves a tub.
As
each,
you should. As you should.
And like eat it like it's like a pint of Ben and Jerry's.
Totally. Delish. It's so delicious.
That's crazy.
I'm more of I love whipped cream. I love Cool Whip though.
No, I don't like Cool Whip.
Love Cool
Which
Whip.
is crazy that I like the Cocoa Whip because it's kind of like a Cool Whip knockoff.
It is like Cool Whip. It's just like
but
it.
I don't know, the flavor is better, like the vanilla in it is better or something.
See, whipped cream leaves a weird film on my mouth.
It does.
I don't like that.
It's the fat in it. It's
don't.
the same with like a beef stick.
Yeah.
It
ew.
leaves the fat
Ugh.
film.
No, but whereas like Cool Whip, I'm just like, ooh, a scoop of this? Hell yeah. I'm kind of bored. Eat a whole tub. Like, oh my God, it's so good.
Okay, well, thanks for
anyway.
coming to my rant, everyone. Let's start a movement and bring whip to Portland.
Yeah, what's happening? Coffee shops, reach out.
PDX,
like,
get whipped.
we're both like trained former baristas. We'll make your whip for you.
I literally will.
Yeah.
Honestly, I decided, I think it's just time that I make my own whip at home.
I love that.
And then put it on my own latte at home.
I think that'd be so yummy.
The other thing I want to try, no, I don't even know that I want to try it, but I'm curious if you can or how to do it. So I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, I can't stand like any of the coffee brewing methods. Like I've just
Like the
everything
at
just
home?
at home. Everything tastes dirty to me.
Oh God.
And
violent.
and this is coming from like, you know, like a classically trained barista.
Yeah.
Like I just like, anyway, so I do instant coffee. I get a good brand but it's just like the easiest, cleanest, like I can control my portion. It's like very easy to make, right?
Yeah.
But like you can just tell it's like not the highest quality of roast. Like it's good quality coffee, but like the roast could use some, it's a little too dark for me.
It needs some
I like
zhuzh.
more of a medium, right?
I'm a medium girly for
I'm
sure.
wondering if I could get my own like roast that I like, brew it, and then can you dehydrate it? And is that give you like the little like instant coffee crystals?
Oh,
Is that what it is?
I think so.
So I'm wondering because Polly and Michael have a dehydrator.
Oh yeah.
So
you
I'm wondering if
definitely
I could just brew coffee and then put it in there and then dehydrate it, if that would give me what I'm looking for. I haven't
love
done
that.
any research, but this is like
What's
my
going on
mad
in your
scientist
head?
brain.
It's crazy that like you have the patience for that.
I don't think I do though.
Oh,
I
okay,
think this
fair.
is just like I said, like we talked about yesterday. I like to be in the ideas. I don't want to be in the details.
Right.
This is detail
Like,
work.
here's this great idea, but like to actually execute it, and there's a 50-50 it's
I need
gonna
an
happen.
integrator.
Yeah.
I'm
I
reading
love
this
that.
book right now called Rocket Fuel, and it talks about like you have to have like how a really good pairing is like you need the creative and then you need the integrator.
Yeah.
And like it's like one is the right hand and one is the left hand. Like you can't have like two
You
right
can't have
hands.
two right hands
Yeah.
together at once.
Yeah.
I definitely say more of the left hand of things. I don't. To do the whole mission is asking a lot.
I just can't be bothered.
But I could do 50% of it. I can come up with the idea.
I could come up
or
with the
I
idea.
can-
I could come up with a lot of ideas. You tell me which one's a good one,
Right.
and then you make it happen.
I'm just gonna
and then I'll
spitfire.
keep coming up with ideas.
So I need someone that has really good taste and like a really good like sense of the whole picture, because I'm just here to like talk.
Correct.
I'm just here to be like, here's what I want.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking, how it's gonna work. Am I gonna do anything about it? Yeah, probably not.
I don't know. Okay, this is totally switching tracks. Sorry for the whiplash, everyone.
That's all right.
But something that I've been dying to share. I had the craziest experience at the gym. This was, I almost took to TikTok to rant.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's when you know it's real.
So, okay, so I'm like, I get there and I'm like already not kind of feeling it. It may have been that day that I got declined on whip. This could have been like the gym workout after.
That just determined the rest of your fucking day.
Let's just start there. So I get there and I'm just like, oh, like what? I was there to do a leg workout. Squat racks were all full. And I'm like, okay, I'll just start at a different part of my workout. And it was on the leg extensions, for like your quads. Yeah. So I go and I do my first set, but I was supersetting it with like this dumbbell workout, like right next to the machine. So I was just going back and forth really quick between them was going to be my plan because I'm trying to shorten this workout because I need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Just not
one set in and I already need to go.
Yeah.
So I'm like getting off of the chair. First set, I go and pick up my dumbbells and some like huge, like sweaty, hairy guy, 6'3", maybe like chubby, comes and he just starts getting on the machine. And I was like, oh, I'm like, and I was caught off guard because I was like picking up my dumbbells, have my headphones in, blasting like whatever I was listening to. So I'm like, oh, I'm on here. And he says something like sassy back, but I couldn't hear him because I had my headphones in. So I like pull out one of my headphones. I was like, oh, and I repeat myself because I thought maybe he didn't hear me.
Right.
Because he was continuing to get on the chair.
What the hell?
And he's like, well, you're not sitting on it, so you're not using it, right?
Whoa.
And I was just like dumbfounded. I was like, wait, is this actually happening? And then just gets on the machine. And I wanted to be like, bro, there's a better way to go about this.
Okay,
like,
I'm not a gym girly, and even I know that is like against all the etiquette.
All etiquette, right?
All the etiquette. Damn.
I was beside myself. And I was like, okay, so I'm thinking he's like just going to work in sets with me, which like people do, and that's fine. But like you can ask nicely.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And not just push your way in.
Yeah, totally.
And especially like, okay, I am going to be sexist here for a minute, but like when I'm like a 5 foot tall girl and you're this like big, like over a foot taller than me guy to just like come in and just take over where I'm at.
Yeah.
It feels so gross to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if that's sexist. I feel like it's more sexist that he did the thing.
Yeah. Like, cause he knows he can get away with it.
He knows
maybe.
he can get away with it. So like, I don't know that you're being sexist when you say that. I feel like it's like, you're meeting his energy of like, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
I think it's
like have
gross.
some respect for women.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, so then I finish my set and I'm like waiting for him to finish his. And he stays on the machine and just does all 4 of his sets without getting off. And he's like on his phone, changing his music. And then okay, for those of you who aren't watching, he like is holding his arms up in front of him, almost like how a boxer protects their face.
Oh.
And he's like sitting there with his eyes closed, doing these extensions.
Shut up.
And then does 4 sets in a row. And then just gets up and walks off and leaves this nasty, sweaty film all over the seat that I'm in or that I was using. I was just like, I was in absolute disbelief.
Did you say anything?
No, because I had finally was like, okay, I'm going to say something like, you know, like when he's done, I was going to say like, you know, like I'm happy to let you work in with me, but there's a better way to go about this. Just like word to the wise for future, bro. Yeah. Like you could have handled this a lot better.
Totally.
Like, you know, and not ruffled so many feathers. Like I had this like brief thought, okay, maybe he's on the spectrum. Yeah. Also not an excuse.
Not an excuse.
Not like that. No, I don't know. I was like, who cares?
I don't know. I just feel,
Is it an excuse? I don't know. Like,
no. No. I mean, I think that if you're going to go to the gym, like, again, like, it's also not not that you're saying this, but oh God, I didn't mean to get this controversial, but like, I also think that like, it's like being on the spectrum isn't like a bad thing. And I do think that there's like parts of it that affect people in ways that like, it's cool that we like be aware of it and respect it. But also if you're on the spectrum, know your limitations and be like, yo, like I like have a hard time with social cues and like be kind about it. It sounds like he was just determined to be a fucking dick. So
that's what it felt like. It felt like
on the spectrum.
Intentionally there to like piss people off.
Dude, my petty
to
ass,
poke
like, I'm not
be disruptive.
Yeah, I'm not confrontational. Like, I'm not, especially if it's a guy who's huge, I'm not going to say anything. But like, I would have stood there and stared.
Oh, I did.
And
I stood there with my hands on my hips and just eyed him.
Yeah.
I was closer to him than I am to you right now.
No, I would have gone full
stood
Karen.
Right there.
Like, oh, really?
I was within a foot of him, like probably 10 inches. And I just like
stared him down.
Good. Down. Hands on my hips. And I was just like, exasperated.
Really doing this,
you know?
Like you're putting me out so much right now, and I didn't
want to let someone affect me like that.
Yeah,
but like I was affected, bro.
Dude,
I was honestly just like I just couldn't process what was going on, and it took me several hours. Like I just kept thinking about it. I'm like, yo, that happened.
That really was a thing.
That was crazy.
I think it's one of the biggest turns off for me. Like I've really been thinking lately, like. I think I just actually am at a point where I do want to start going, like working out. Like, and it's not for like body. It's not to lose weight. It's just like, I have this whole ass body, and like while it's still able to work decently well, like I want to enjoy that. And so I don't have fitness goals. I don't have anything like that. But I've just lately, like, I haven't been pushing it, but naturally I've kind of been like,
I want to move.
I kind of want to move.
Yeah.
And that's very rare for me.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, Chloe, I cannot fucking stand the gym for the men. I can't.
No, I have found the times where I just refuse to go. Like if I go earlier in the day, it's all old people, and it's like it's all like our parents' age and then older than that.
I love that.
So like it's like a 50 minimum. It's like, and not that 50's old, but I'm just saying like everybody's like a couple generations ahead of us.
Yeah.
And I'm not bothered.
Yes.
Like everyone's polite.
Yeah.
Like it's just not crowded.
Yes.
And like to go anytime after like 3 p.m. on. No.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost like, it's kind of gross. Like, it's like nightclub culture in there.
Yeah, dude.
It's so gross. I don't know, my routine has just been off enough lately, or I just haven't been like ready to hit it first thing in the morning. But like, I've seen enough. And now it's like, I've been turned off enough to that time of the day where I'm like, I'm done. No, I'm going back to my mornings, and I will get out of bed at all costs just to get it over and done with, because I can't.
I need to get to that point. That's the thing, is like, I kind of want to move for the first time in my life, but I'm like, enough to get up. Yeah. I already get up just to go to work because I work on the other side of town. I get up at 6:15 every morning, and I'm like, do I want to get up at like 4:30 or 5? No. And like, I'm still, and I do like I'm in this like kind of night owl phase where I'll stay up until 11 or 12. So like, I need to figure out my schedule. But like, when I was going to the gym, like around this time last year, I had to go after work because I couldn't get myself out because my gym is 25 minutes away. Still paying for it, by the way. Haven't been in a year.
Well, are there really no locations on the other, like, because you only pay for that, like, location?
Yeah, because I go to Planet Fitness and it's, like, really close to my mom's. And when I signed up for it, my mom and I were going to, like, go to the gym together. So it made sense for me to do that one. And I like it. Like, it is, like, Milwaukee's full of just old people typically. Yeah. But, like, the only time I could go was after 5 p.m. Yeah. When I tell you, it felt like a meat factory of people just, like, looking at my ass and being disrespectful. Totally. Trying to teach me how to lift a fucking weight. Who the fuck do you think?
Wait, what?
Oh, constantly. There would be, like, big... By the way, if you're a dude and you're, like, big and beefy and you wear those, like, tank tops that look like thongs but for your shoulders, like, don't approach me. Don't approach me because I hate you. Keep it to yourself. Like, nobody wants to stare at your fucking titties and your shoulder blades. But anyway, they would come up and be like, hey, yeah, like, there was like, I couldn't get one of the benches down. And it wasn't me. Yeah. It was a faulty bench. It just wasn't, it was literally rusted. Shout out to Planet Fitness in Milwaukee. Brand new gym, rusted bench. And I was like...
You think about all the sweat that's dripped down there.
I don't want to think about any of it. And like...
I'm making you.
He would like come over and be like, hey, like, do you want me to get that bench for you? And like, I have like a fuck you face. Like, I'm not one that's like super approachable. And but like, it happened all the time. And I would text my sister, who's like a huge gym rat, and I would be like, what the fuck is this? And she was like, no, I know. It's the worst part of the gym.
That doesn't happen at the gym I go to, just to be so honest.
It was, and I don't know if, like, and I am getting to be, like, the worst judgmental part of myself here for a second, but, like, if you're going to be a creep, I'm going to be an asshole. It's just, like,
I don't think that's bad.
Milwaukee.
That's just, like, self-protection.
Oh, no. I just, like, the minute you, like, cross a boundary, like, all politeness goes out the door. And, like, Milwaukee's just, like, it's either old people, which are lovely. I'm not a hater of old people. No, I typically love them.
I prefer to work out with them.
I very much enjoy them as long as they like
if you're retired, it's like I want it geriatric in there. Yeah, like I want to be the only young one.
Yeah, and look at you like power walking on the treadmill. I think you're so cute, and you're like,
oh my gosh, there's this guy that's like so ripped, and he's like hunched over, and he's always on the Stairmaster, and then he goes to the treadmill, and I can see every single muscle in his whole body.
Good for him.
Looks like a Michelangelo statue.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like probably 80, and he's just out there like goals. Getting after it.
That's like, great.
That's so cool.
And I just feel safe with them, and maybe that's problematic. Yeah. But like everyone else is like, sorry, but like redneck country.
You gotta get out of Milwaukee, girl.
Fucking can't stand that shit. I go out there for one reason, and it's my family, because I stopped going to the gym after 4 months last year. But like,
we should rethink this. Like, oh, Bully has a shake to have.
Oh my god,
you got this. Shake it off.
Bully, lay down.
Hi, honey.
No, don't
but maybe. Yeah, maybe because I think you have to go to that location to like
it's so far
to cancel it.
Yes.
I think you should cancel it and get it at a different location, one that's like on your path to and from work.
There's will you make him lay down?
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Down,
Bully,
baby.
lay down.
Lay down.
Bully, lay down. Lay down.
He's fine. It's fine. It really doesn't bother me.
Can't stand. Yeah. No, it's him. Because he's just staring at me.
Oh, it's fine.
There are with Planet Fitness, like I personally think Planet Fitness, like it's the most stripped down and simple. I think that 24 is for like people that are gym people. Like it is really elite. They have a lot of really good features. I think it's really expensive. Like my gym membership is $5.99 a month.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah.
it's really,
I don't know how much mine is, but I do pay for the year.
Yeah.
And I get a discount as a healthcare worker.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to like $20 a month, like breaks down to like $20 a month or $25 a month.
Until I can prove to myself that I'm showing up.
Yeah.
Like, because
I totally get
like,
that.
I would pay the $20 and still not go. Like, it doesn't matter. I hate the gym that much. And so I love Planet Fitness. I think it's like the best option for me. I'm not overwhelmed by all of the like equipment and shit and culture, but like they're in Southeast Portland. The only other one, like
there's one over on Foster by my house.
That's
still not on the way, but it's still closer.
No, because where I work, I can just take Selwood and I'm like basically there. Honestly, Milwaukee is the best option if I'm coming straight from work. But the problem is I can't come straight from work because I have a dog that I have to let out. So no matter what, I have to come home. And that's the thing that's shitty is like I know I'm making excuses. I'm not trying to, but it's like
it is challenging with the schedule and with the dog.
Dude, I'm not going to be home until 8 p.m. And then it's like, do I want to eat dinner at 8 p.m.?
No.
Not fucking really. Because then it's like, then I'm staying up later. And it's like, it really is until I can like find a way to get up in the mornings and like
well, what if you just did it like only on your like I was just talking to a friend about this. Like what if you only like worked out right now like just on your days off? Like don't try to add it
just
into
the weekends.
Do it on the weekends and then like if it naturally creeps into the rest of the week somehow, like add one more day or add two like if you feel like drawn to it.
Right.
But like I feel like right now like you have so much going on during your scheduled week like you know I feel like it's just not realistic to try to add it into that right now.
Right, but
like
it's Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, add it in on the Saturday, Sunday.
Totally.
Like at any time of the day. Like whenever you want to. It doesn't have to be like, because then you don't have to deal with like the rush hour of like before and after work. And
like I just want to get home. Because like I will say that
and
like,
a lot of people take the weekends off. So if you're taking the weekends on.
It might be great. And I am someone that like I really, really struggle with like the revenge bedtime. Like I am so angry that I don't have the free time that I want to have during the week to do whatever I want. And it's like, it's made me so resentful of working out because I am someone that
you feel like it takes away from your sleep.
Well, yeah. And I'm naturally someone that like, I know that I need to do it. I don't enjoy working out. I just don't like, and I'm like, I've like found that there's a lot of people that are like that where like some people need it and that's awesome. I, even as a very depressed and anxious person, like I find that working out, I did it for like 5 straight months last year. And I was like, I don't feel I'm still an angry, snarky little bitch. Like it's just like now I'm fucking sweaty and tired and I have less free time. Yeah. And so I need to find a way.
Or just like a different style of working out too.
That's why I've thought about instead of gymming, like I've thought about just like quitting the gym and like doing like yoga or Pilates or something. But like I do want to have like some definition. Yeah. I feel like I'm in this place like my body right now. And like I'm not trying to be problematic with how I talk about it. It's just that like I'm like a skinny fat person where like I just don't have muscle tone.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with like wanting to like change your body in any way. Yeah. I think that there was a huge like change in the way we talked about our bodies with body positivity movement. Yeah. And I think that was really important. Yeah. But I think it also made people afraid to like talk about like their goals that they had with their body and like like I think it's dope. If you want to have some definition, fucking do it. Also, are you someone who you feel like you could work out in your living room?
I've done it before. Yeah. I think that like specifically this apartment, like my last apartment is big enough.
Yeah, true.
This one is just so much smaller. Yeah. It really, I mean.
It changed. Yeah, it would be like
where
right
the fuck
here.
would I, you know, because I've like thought like there's this like girl that does Pilates on YouTube that Kathleen showed my mom and I that like she's really fucking great and like her workouts were awesome, but like it's kind of like taking classes online.
Yeah.
I don't have the discipline to be in my house.
Well, okay, what if, like, because the other thing, because if you're only doing, okay, let's say you're only going to do this on the weekends, you don't need to even get a membership at somewhere. You could just buy a package. Like, there's there's a Pilates studio that opened up by my house. Mm-hmm. And I know you can buy just like a package of 10.
That's what I thought about doing.
Yeah. So what if you, and I would even totally do that with you.
Yeah. Like
just do that, like 1 to 2 times a week. Yeah. That is already more than what you're doing. And it's like a different, you're not in the gym.
Yes.
You're not lifting weights. You're not going to have some gym bro come try to mansplain
how to
want to
do research. I don't want to like find
and then you have someone right there who's like trained to like, if you do need a shift in your technique, they're going to come adjust your hips or they'll come adjust like your posture.
That's why I want to do, like, I thought about doing
gentle.
like Pilates or cycling just on the weekends, like in the morning, like go and take my class and do that instead of like finding the willpower to go to the gym, to do a workout routine that I don't know what I'm doing and I don't get joy.
Well, and it's not, it's like, that's the biggest thing like that I've heard and experienced myself. If it's not something you enjoy doing, you're not going to do it. Mm-mm. So why would you force yourself into like wasting any of the time that you have in doing something that you don't like? I do love lifting weights. Yeah. Like, love that.
No, that's how Kathleen
But there's other forms of workout. I don't like going to classes really. Like, I don't want to go to like a Barry's boot camp. Not for me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I am curious about Pilates classes. I do love going to hot yoga.
Yeah.
Like hot yoga is like one of my favorite class things to do. I've never done Pilates. Maybe we should try a Pilates class together.
I would love to do that. I talked about doing that for like, I wanted to do it in January and January just got away from me and I've been sick for half of it. But like I think that it'd be really fun to set it for Pilates because I know Pilates is just like, it's a lot more strength based.
Yeah.
Like I've done yoga classes.
Yeah,
my mom
and it's so good for your posture.
Yeah. And I just like, and balance it. I just like, I really... Even like Kathleen, like she still goes to the gym all the time, but she really has leaned into Pilates and she's like, I feel just as good as when I lift weights and like I feel strong and like I just want to like have I'm in this like place of like, okay, I think because I'm healing so much of my life, I kind of want to move. Yeah. This has never happened.
And I think too, like I see it a lot at my work or just like with like my family, it's like, you never know when your body's abilities are going to be taken from you. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And like, I mean, I just had this patient this last week, 30 years old, is paralyzed from a car accident.
Oh, fuck.
You know? And it's just like, that's just...
I don't want to feel like I wasted this time.
And it's so funny too. Like one of my other coworkers just tore her ACL and we were just talking about like how it's like, I never want to run as bad as I do when I'm injured.
Yeah.
Like, and I am not someone who I like wake up and I'm like, I want to go for a run. I've actually grown to enjoy running and like that has been a whole journey. Like, and that I never thought I would say. Like I do enjoy it now. But like when I've like torn my ACLs or had other injuries and I hated running at that time. And I'm like, I just want to go for a run so bad.
Totally.
But it's just because it's like, now you're limited. Now you're like, oh, I've taken for granted what my body could have done. And I think it's just, I like what you said. You're like, I'm not going to like get skinny or like, you know, I don't have like these insane goals. Like, yeah, you want to maybe put on some muscle or whatever, like in that sense. But at the end of the day, it's just like, it's just about like, wanting to move your body and use it how it's intended.
Yeah, I think that's
beautiful.
Yeah, I've tried the dieting. I've tried the 75 hard. I've tried like get yourself to the gym because you hate how you look. The self-hatred, even at its all-time high, I'm still too stubborn to like, it almost like fuels the self-hatred more where I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. Like I hate myself and I hate the way that I look and it's hopeless. And so I'm not going. And it's like, it almost is like a cop out.
Oh,
in like a really sick and twisted way.
No, I know what you're saying. Cause like if I'm having a day where I'm really struggling, like let's say I'm like having a ton of water retention or I'm super bloated, like I haven't shit in 3 days, like, or I'm about to start my period, you know, whatever it is. I'm like the last fucking thing I want to do is go to the gym in these tight ass clothes.
Totally.
And like move and whatever it is. And it's like, those are the days that I really struggle to get there. But it's like, for what?
For what?
Throw on a baggy sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And go move.
Go move your body.
Like for me, like I feel better on the other side of it. Like, and usually it kind of helps those symptoms too. Like a lot of the time, like my water retention or my like constipation or whatever is because I haven't been moving.
Yeah.
Not always, but like I do know what you mean. It's like I'm like wallowing in this like self-hatred.
Well, and I think the other problem is like, I'm not there. Let's be real. Mental health is always, I know, going to be a struggle for me. But like, I think I have this really weird thing going on where like, I think I'm getting happy and I think I'm getting more stable and like I'm healing because of therapy and all that. And so like, we're in February right now and I have this feeling of like, if I start moving now, by the time the sun starts to come out, imagine, I just got goosebumps thinking about it. Like, imagine the level of happiness I'm going to feel if I'm already used to moving and moving. The sun is fucking out. It's almost going to be summertime. And like, maybe I could set myself up for success now to have like a really happy summer. I don't know why, but like, I've never been so excited for summer.
I have had that same feeling. Always around February, I start to get this like, just like excitement. I'm like, spring is on the horizon. We're so close. And then once spring is here, it's just like I always want it, and it's because of the sun that I'm like, I want to go outside. I want to like, I'm not an outdoor girly, but like, I just have this vision of like, there's a ton of cherry blossoms in this neighborhood and like going for a walk in the cherry blossoms, drinking coffee and the sun is out, like walking to the cemetery. I just like, I'm so excited and I'm like, if I could get myself even in just a little bit of shape to where like by the time that season hits, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the gym and then I'm going to go out to dinner with my partner or I'm going to go do something outside and it's just going to feel so good. I'm so I want to get rid of all my clothes. I just want to be like clean. Like and I'm like, I think this is what therapy does. Because I've never been that way. I've never like wanted to move before and I'm like, no, I think that's great. I think lean into it. Like if you're having this like drive towards anything, like a draw towards anything, follow it because it's like, that is your intuition. And that is like, like following what is lighting you up. I just think you can never go wrong.
It's crazy.
Because you don't necessarily know where it's going to go. Right.
No, it could go nowhere. And I think I need to like be okay with that too.
No, but I think what's different about this time is there's not an attachment to an end result or like an outcome. I got nothing. Like there's, like you're excited about a feeling. And I think that's a shift because it's not about like looking a certain way or it's not about like restricting yourself into oblivion. It's about like, oh, I want to feel this way when it's this time.
And how do I keep this feeling going? Whereas like, I think like, I've been like thinking about this a lot with like the gym and working out. And it's like last year at the start of the new year, my mom and sister and I did like 75 hard and we were in the gym every day sending updates on pictures or like pictures of our bodies, what the fuck ever, or like what we ate in a day, all this crazy shit. And like, it was cool to do it with my mom and sister, but like we've talked about how it's like, remember when we did that? That was kind of toxic and crazy. And I think
it wasn't set out to be that way, but there's a fine line in there.
There is a fine
line. It's a fine line.
The intention was so beautiful, but like it wasn't.
The approach didn't work. Right. It triggered a lot to things.
It did. And I like realize now, like looking back, like I was trying to fix something that like the void I was trying to fill was the fact that I still wasn't going to therapy. And I'm not saying that therapy is the end all be all, but like I was in this place of like, I'm fucking miserable. I'm terribly upset. I might as well try working out because I've tried everything else. And it's like, no, you're in a toxic abusive relationship and you're not going to therapy. This is not the reason to go to the gym is to avoid, because you're avoiding all of the problems in your life.
It was like, it wasn't really like, you weren't going there for a release. You were going there to not feel. To be numb. And instead I was just sweating and I couldn't breathe and I wasn't seeing results instantly. So I was like, fuck this, the gym is bullshit. And it's like, now I'm in this place where it's like, well, yeah, things are chaotic and I'm not handling things well. Like I'm struggling with like procrastination with school and I'm feeling overwhelmed. But I think compared to where you were, like procrastination is nothing.
That's nothing.
It's nothing. If that's the biggest thing you're working on right now, like you're chilling. Good.
And like, I just like my relationships are good and I'm having all these shifts and difficult conversations and like so many things are building up to where it's like, you know, actually like maybe I have the space on a Saturday and Sunday morning to go do some Pilates. And like feel proud of the fact that my entire adult life I've struggled with working out and not being able to do it. And like, I kind of want to. Like, I kind of just want to move and
I think that's, I fucking love that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Me saying I want to move, I never in a million years thought that I'd be like, no, I kind of want to cycle.
Yeah.
I kind of want to like do one of those like really loud,
That's
like
really good for your booty.
club.
Have you seen the pictures? Okay, there was this picture that went viral and it was like all these guys on the Tour de France and like they were all standing next to their bikes and they're all fucking stacked.
Caked out.
Caked up, bro. And it was like, wait, why did no one tell me that cyclists are this stacked?
All for the ass, baby.
So I'm like, that is an incentive to cycle.
Dude,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's one that I don't like.
Yeah.
Like
Have you done it?
Yeah. You cannot find me in a cycling class.
Okay.
Well, I also haven't done it in like 10 years.
Oh, fair enough.
But I hated it so much I haven't done it in 10 years.
Was it just like so intense on like...
For me, it wasn't like my style of movement. Like I said, I'm not a class person.
Got it.
So like, but I'm super curious about Pilates because I do like hot yoga.
I really want
There's
to
a
do
place
Pilates.
in I can't remember what it's called, but they offer like it's some sort of like kind of like hot Pilates.
See, that sounds fire,
I
dude.
would love to do that.
Me too. I think that Pilates would be like a really good transition. Like,
have you thought about? Oh, sorry.
No.
ADHD.
Dude, it's all good. This whole conversation, what the fuck is going on? I think that like I tend to bite off more than I can chew. So it's like, I'm not going to go and do like a burn cycle right now.
No.
But like, I think it'd be really cool to do like Pilates is just like, I've been researching beginners Pilates classes and I'm like, yo, like, I think it could be something that I could try. And I don't think that me being a beginner is enough of an excuse to not do it.
Exactly. And I think with anything that you're trying new for the first time, like you have to give it a 3 to 5 shots.
For sure.
Like do 3 to 5 classes. And after 3 to 5, if you're like, this ain't it, it ain't it.
It ain't it.
Because I think that there's a learning curve and it's like when you're learning something new, and this honestly is maybe my experience with cycling. I didn't really give it that many chances. I maybe went to 2 classes. And this was also at like when I was at Oregon State, it was like the university classes.
Oh yeah.
Taught by another student. Like, you know, maybe there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
But like there's a learning curve in figuring out like how to move in that specific way.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's new things like yoga. The first couple of times I was doing it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm bumbling around. I feel goofy. Everyone else seems like they know what they're doing. I can't do anything right is what it feels like. But then all of a sudden there's this unlock of like you feel the muscle engage in the way it's supposed to. And you're like, oh. Okay. Yeah. Now I get it.
Yoga for me was really hard. My mom and I like decided to do yoga right before the pandemic broke out.
I hate regular, like not cold yoga. I don't know what else to call it, but like I only will go to hot
temperature.
Room temp yoga. Yeah. No, lukewarm. I'm good.
We went to this really cute place in downtown Milwaukee. It was adorable. And I liked it. My problem with yoga is like every time I've done it, I'm so anxious, 1. But 2, I have a fat tush. And it's really hard for me to get my tailbone on the ground. I can't do it. Like when I lay down, my tailbone will not touch the ground.
I wonder, because like my back is pretty arched. So I wonder if yours is similar.
Mad arch. And so like every time I'm doing it and I'm laying there, I'm like, my tailbone is not touching the ground. I can't get this shit like
Kim K back there.
I like this the whole time. And I don't know if it's like anxiety mixed with like tush cheeks, but like it's just... It doesn't work for me.
And it's hard too when like sometimes teachers can't recognize like an anatomy proportions.
Yeah.
Like I saw this video, or I've seen a few videos that speak to this, but like form, but like with different body proportions. They're like, this is someone whose like arms are like long for their torso, someone who has like shorter, like whatever, like whatever the things are, like, and they'll show you like how like certain moves, like it can be super easy for one person, but another person just physically cannot because their proportions are different.
Totally. That's what gives me anxiety about classes. Like, right? Like I love the idea of doing a cycle class. When I managed T-Bar before the pandemic broke out, we had like a close relationship and partnership with Burn Cycle, which is here in the Pearl District. I think they're all over the country too. And like, I think the idea of it sounds really fun because I'm such a music person. You can get me to do almost anything if there's music there. And so I love the idea of like, you're in a dark ass room, you can't see each other, you're blaring fucking like fun, like club music or like they have different themes, rap, whatever. And you're just cycling. That sounds dope to me. It sounds like very like I'd be like anonymous and like just like vibing to music and like cycling. That sounds cool. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't have the cardio to do that. Like,
but that comes, you know, like give it a couple weeks. Like cardio, it kind of shows up fast.
Right. And I think that like, that's the thing with classes.
But it's also like anonymous, like you're saying, like I
love
like,
that.
You can pull back when you need to.
Because like yoga, intimate. You're in a quiet ass room.
Yeah.
My mom and I went, and I remember like there were like old ladies that were just like ripping ass doing yoga, and I'm like, this isn't for me. I'm a child. I'm gonna laugh every time someone farts. So like I can't. Pilates seems a little cooler, so I don't know that people be like ripping ass in Pilates.
Yeah, no, I don't
or
know.
I need to grow up.
Yeah,
I don't know, but like if I hear someone toot, I'm gonna fucking laugh.
Well, I think you should. I think it's like. Because if like, okay, let's say like you're in a class and you rip ass and no one laughs.
That's crazy.
I need someone to laugh with me.
But also like, I care to, you wouldn't catch me dead ripping ass in class. Let's be honest.
But like sometimes the way you be folding.
I know. That's the thing is I'm like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
But like, regardless, I think that classes they can be like really intimate and intimidating for that reason. And like, there is something to be said about like, I know it's kind of like this everywhere, but especially on the West Coast, I mean, I think that LA is more like this or Seattle, but Portland too, it's like fitness is so snobby here. Fitness is such a turnoff to me because of fitness culture. I hate fitness culture, but especially because I worked in the Pearl, which is like the richest part of Portland. Yeah. It's like everyone's wearing their Lululemon or their Aloe, and everyone is taking these $400 bar 3 classes, and everyone drinks matcha lattes. Nothing against matcha. I just
pull your mic a little bit forward. Yeah, there. Perfect.
So I don't know. Like, I hate that. I want no part of that culture. I just want to be like a normal bodied woman who's like trying to do the right thing. And like, I want collectively like a class of people that are like that.
Yeah. And I think if you stick to the East Side, I think you get that. We should maybe look into, have you heard of ClassPass?
Oh yeah, ClassPass is great. Is what I've heard.
I've like heard a little bit about it. I get some ads for it, but like that might be like a fun one to do, and then like you can try different.
We should
places.
just do like a couple like Pilates classes and try them. And like I'm down. Woodstock is 15 minutes away, which is where you live.
Yeah.
And like
because they just put in a new. It's called Club Pilates.
Cute. Yeah. Oh, I looked them up.
Okay.
And like they're a little more expensive, but if you do ClassPass, it's more affordable.
Oh,
like
okay.
if you do a package.
Maybe we should try because then there's I think it's called Core Power, and that's also the one I want to
Core Power
try because I think that they offer the hot Pilates.
Amazing. I really want to try the hot Pilates. Like I know that I would turn beet red, but I also like I don't sweat a lot, and that kind of scares me.
No, I think like we've talked about this based on your astrology. I want you to pour sweat.
Dude, I'm not a sweaty bitch, and I want to sweat.
But I think and that's why I love because like I'm a sweater. We know this, but like I'm only someone who sweats. Like I sweat on my face, my back, and like I think that's pretty much it. And then it just drips everywhere else, right? But like when you're in like a hot yoga or I imagine in a hot Pilates, like my arms beat up with sweat. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, okay, I think it looks so cool. Like when you see your body just dripping, like it looks so fire. Yeah. Like you're like, I look hot.
Yeah, totally.
Physically and like temperature wise, like I look like sexually and temperature wise, I look hot.
And I want to have that, I want to have that unlock moment so bad of like, I just want to find my thing that makes me like proud of my body. Because I think that's when I could totally understand working out being addictive is when it's like, I'm showing up for myself, I'm being consistent, and I look damn good. Yeah. I've never thought that. I've never looked at my body in the mirror and been like, you know what? I'm having this is a good angle, or this is a good fit, or like, I look good. Never.
Okay.
Not
that's an unlock
once. And so I'm like, I'm tired of feeling like shit about how I look. But like, I'm also in this place of like, I don't hate myself 24/7 for it. I'm just more like, I don't think it would take a lot for me to like how my body looks. I'm not in this place where like, I'm like, oh my God, you're disgusting. You're like a lost cause. It's just a little bit.
I think there's a difference between like, that and what you're saying, like being proud of your body. It's not like it's not like you are sitting there like my body's bad. Like that's not what you're sitting here and saying, but it's like to have that feeling of like pride in the way that you look because of an action that you took.
But because I made the choice, and it's like I'm so out of that fit. Like seriously, turning 30 is so dope. It's like really kind of like one of my favorite parts of life so far. I'm not gonna lie. I like Chloe turns 30 next week. We're so excited about it. But like it has been like, I'm just not around people anymore that make me feel like shit. Like, I'm not around people that I feel that, like,
My
They're
dad and I
judging
were
my-
just talking about
like,
this. Yeah.
I don't have anyone that makes me feel like shit about my body, that judges my body.
Yeah.
I'm not with shitty toxic dudes.
Yeah.
I'm not with like anyone. Like all the women in my life are fucking hot, but so different from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm built so different from you versus Taylor versus my mom versus Kathleen. We're all so different. And like we don't do that.
Yeah.
And so it's like I don't have this like so much of my insecurity has been healed because it's like I
got rid of.
I trimmed the fat, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I trimmed the fat of people who like made me feel insecure. And so it's like now I'm just like, well, I got this only one body to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should lean into like it has really beautiful parts of it. And like if I were to move it, it would only accentuate the parts that already look good instead of like change everything.
Yo, I love
know?
it. And like that's how I think of
Sorry.
no. Oh, sorry for everyone.
Kelly's sick.
Kelly's recovering from the plague. We
Putting a
should
drop in.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. We should have put a disclaimer.
My bad.
But I guess like also just like to wrap it up, like I think that that's like the most beautiful approach because you're just looking to enhance you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's how like, I mean, I think we have a similar outlook when it comes to like hair and makeup and fashion. It's like, I just want to like do my makeup and do my hair and dress in a way that enhances me.
Yep, exactly.
And like,
instead of
I
fitting
think-
into the trend boxes.
Correct. And that's like when I've felt the worst about like how I look is when I'm trying on a trend that does not work for me.
Yes. Yes, yes,
And,
yes.
But then the dope thing is, and we've talked about this with trends, but it's like then you try something and you're like, this is it.
This is it.
And I think that's the cool thing about trends because it gives you an option to experiment.
Yeah, like it
And
gives
find something new that does
Yes,
work. Like
it,
so
like-
for you can try like Pilates is maybe more trendy right now or just getting more awareness around it.
Right.
And it's like it's been put on your radar.
Yeah, exactly.
So now it's like something that you're like, I'll try it.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. Like
Yeah.
I love that like the pandemic brought like walking. I think walking is huge and I love walking and like I'm really trying to like I think I'm not trying to be like a poster child for therapy, but I do think that there's so much about like therapy like therapy heals parts of yourself where it's not so painful to look inward and to like reflect, like self-reflect. And so like, I'm really comfortable with like, well, what are the things that work for me? What does Kelly need in order to do something? And so like with working out, like my therapist and I have unlocked, like I need music. I have to have it.
Yeah.
I fucking have to have it or I have no reason to be here.
Yeah.
It's so important to me. And so if I can find ways like walking or like whatever I do end up doing, if I have music, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay to lean into that. And that if that means I'm not fucking lifting weights at the gym, bro, like all good.
All good.
I'm
bro.
not here to be buff.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be a TikTok influencer. So
No.
like that's really trendy and that works for a lot of girls.
And
but
I think that's hard because it's what we see
all the time.
That's what we're fed. When it, like that's the kind of like fitness that we're fed.
Yes.
So it's hard to feel like, well, I don't want to be that. So like, what do I do?
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I love that. Cheers, dude.
It's crazy.
This is a cool new approach. I like this mindset. I think it's
I
good.
know.
I think it's like a sustainable way to approach it. It's not like this like trying to fix something in like it's like almost like a crash diet approach, like
I
crash
can't do that.
workout approach. I've been there so many times. I've tried so many different versions of a crash diet, crash gym.
I'm gonna always
whatever.
be eating Oreos, so like I don't know what we're gonna do about that. Like I can't.
We
stop
don't need
that.
to do anything about it. It's fine.
It's just who I am. But I think it'd be really interesting because this is, I mean, not like, this isn't like a body image episode, but I think it's like a working out, which we said we would like revisit. I think it'd be so interesting to like, for me to watch back the first body image episode we did versus this one and just be like,
Same.
where the fuck, how is it in such a short period of time? Right? Because like we've only been doing this, 8 months?
Yeah.
Something like that. That it's like, where was that shift?
That's on growth, baby.
You know, it's crazy. It's so wild. Anyway, I wasn't expecting to talk about working out. That was not on the agenda.
Yeah. But I love it when we just like let her go.
Yeah, we let her go.
She goes where she wants.
I know that we...
Yeah, we'll wrap it here.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you?
Everyone can find me on Instagram at Kelly A. Weld.
Yeah.
My name is spelled with an I-E, not a Y.
Oh, important distinction.
Important distinction.
I don't think we've ever made that.
Yeah, my name is not spelled Kelly. Steph, my mom could not be bothered.
But you know what? You know how you could find out how to spell our names? On our page.
I think
Let's Get Taboo.
I was gonna say, like, I like love the selfless plug, but or like the self plug, but like if you're wanting to interact with me, I feel like Let's Get Taboo is way
That's the
better.
way better way. So just go to our page. If you care about us personally, then you could go to our pages from there. But
also, where can they find you? Just because I need the balance of me sharing it. Now you have to share. Scales.
I think maybe I'll skip it. Keep you uncomfy.
I don't appreciate that. That makes
find
my
us
skin
at Let's
crawl.
Get Taboo. If you care about me, you can find me. Anyway, thanks for listening. Sorry about Kelly's coughing. Sorry that we didn't warn you about her coughing.
Yeah, and inevitably the next one we will. Hopefully the next recording day when you get back from Mexico in 2 weeks, this will be gone, but no promises. Fuck.
We don't know.
I don't want to talk about it.
We don't know, bro. Anyways,
right.
okay, we love you guys.
Bye,
Thanks for listening.
Bye. That was not what I was expecting to talk about. Okay.
That was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, that was mad fun.
Legs are screaming.